And the way we just celebrate it in Trinidad now, you know, the Christmas celebration really unique in Trinidad. And I think if they do any kind of research per capita, we probably spend more money than a lot of people during this period.
And the COVID did affect it. I felt it last year in terms of, you know, we as a people, we like to fellowship. You know, we like to have connectivity between each other and that kind of thing. So, you know, it was difficult because, you know, the numbers was down. We couldn't have plenty of people in the yard and that kind of thing. So, you know, the family get-togethers and that kind of thing was small. You know, so I know Trinidadians felt it. You know what I mean? Because we, as you say just now, we celebrate Christmas differently. You know, for us, it's more of a fellowship than anything else. So, you know, it's just a situation where this particular season, we have the ability now to come to you guys live and direct through the Gayelle. Right? To try to empower you all to find a black-owned business, support a black-owned business.
And we realistic with it, you know, we understand, we know that due to the nature of how our economy is built, not just in Trinidad and Tobago, but the world economy, we can't
ultimately support only
black business, right? That is just not our reality as a people. And we accept that. But we are saying that we could do much better than we're doing right now.
Much.
Right? Your gift don't have to be from some big store, or not. It could be something from somebody in the community, a friend in business, a family in business. It could be that now. And don't be afraid to ask. Kerron, I'm looking for something for my son, boy. But I ain't sure, boy.
Something different.
Something different, boy, you know? And Kerron now go put you on to people in his network. You know, we had to do them kind of thing. That's how it is grow. None of these businesses that we just see and support, none of them get big overnight.
No. They ain't born big.
They ain't born big.
They ain't born big. And you see it every day. I mean, you look at the gyro men and them now. Them fellas not from here.
Boy,
and the lines is always we.
I just put it like this, right? Fellas and them live in the next part of the world. You know? Them men come from St. Lucia or Grenada or something.
Or Guyana or Barbados.
Them live in the next part of the world. And I look at how we just hate on ourselves. I'm glad they say Guyana. We's close on them Guyanese and them selling in town.
Go back where you're from.
But some people come from the next part of the world to sell the same way. And we're pleasant with them. And the Guyanese and them looking like we. You know, and that's how self-hate does work against us. That's how our self-hate does work against us, because there are people selling, I call that a Sarah. You know? I don't like to get them too much forward, you know, realistically, you know, because the Nubian experience, my clothing line will never get forward by them. But them selling a Sarah with thing inside it.
Arabian doubles.
And don't do that now, relax. You know? But as I say, them we lining up, boy. Line and the novelty, you know, they say, oh, is the novelty in way off?
When, boy?
The novelty in way off because
the whole long,
it's 10 years or more.
Since we go in base and tsunami and thing, we eating gyros.
And these people, well, I proud to say I never eat that. No, I eat piece of a gyro. Somebody bought it. And that was it. But I never get hype on it. But it's still running strong. We still go in there. You know, and that's what we have to do for we businesses.
And it's a frustrating thing to see because, you know, you like this week in the barber shop there, people complaining, a certain franchise raised the delivery fee. But all is still going on by it.
You know it's get me that way. I might be weird. I have never one day wake up in my life and say, good, you know, I feeling for that franchise, boy. I have to get that, boy. Like, because I have seen people like that now. But the reality is, the only reason that they could do that so comfortably is because we go, as you say, we go in and spend our money there. Why not find, let me say it's that year's by that for lunch, right? Why not look for a food place in the community that we say working in town? You know, a food place that selling, you know, real cooked food and might be possibly owned by us or might have a few of us working there.
But King, we don't even have to look again. You just have to type in food on Instagram or Facebook it's coming up because it's checking your location and it's seeing how close it is to certain businesses and you'll get all. I could call them off the top of my head because I have my favorites, right? If only, you know what I mean, it's not an advertising segment. But you have Hunties on the back road in St. Joseph, in Laventille. You have Ayana's Delights just before Pastry Street there. You have We Boy on the Lookout, Midas. Right? The Juke Man on the Lookout. You have...
been there in a while.
Correct. We have Slurps on 6th Avenue.
Yeah, well,
3rd Avenue, sorry.
That'd
be new favorite.
Yeah.
You know, big up all the sell Slurps. Who again, boy?
Well, they have to pay for the next one.
Yeah. This McGill too.
Look at how much of them you're calling off the top.
The top, yeah.
I'm saying is that how it is we seem to be so hooked on that.
Yeah.
That is a complaint. Brad, that didn't even mean nothing to me. The 2 or 3 people that bring that to me like, you forget who you're talking to. You know, because that don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah.
You know, because I have a real weird sense of logic to most people. If I working in a company, or you working in a company that turning them kind of profits when the year come, then in my book, that should be a sought after job. That should be a job where, Kerron, you ain't no link for me in that franchise, boy. You understand? Because the kind of ridiculous money with the sea being made.
Yeah.
That's not supposed to be no walkways a last alternative.
Yeah.
Nah.
It is
and I feel the same way about trade work too. You know, even though you're seeing little videos a machine helping you plaster a wall and things, it's still, especially in the Caribbean, in Trinidad and Tobago, it's still humans doing that trade work, like plumbing, carpentry, masonry, wherever. I think them should be high paid work. You know, a tradesman shouldn't be no body that, you know, I ain't really wanted to do that, but nah. But again, it's how we deal with this already. It's how we look at things, boy. You know, but and all of that tied into what we want to say. Part of what we want to say tonight now, we had to find some kind of way
to keep
to
the dollar.
tap into that money and keep that dollar in the community. Right?
Yeah, I think Safia said it best when she came on set. You know, the money there.
Yeah, of course.
The money is there, but you have to position yourself now for the money to pass by you. You understand? And I think I've seen within the last couple of weeks, coming up to the season here, you're seeing people becoming more and more creative. You know what I mean? We could talk about the school friend, Gayelle. You know, what she doing with the blings and the blinging out of the bottles and the birthday party things, boy. That Tiff mad, boy.
Tiff had a joke.
Yeah, she customized a whole
birthday party, snack packs, everything.
Yeah.
All their snacks and things.
Yeah. Imagine the snacks in your child birthday party and your child name on it.
Your child picture and thing, not just a name.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big up yourself.
Yeah.
You know, she's doing the bottles too, you know, blinging out the bottles. And again, them is things you can support.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you see, we get too caught up in the mainstream form of gifting. You know what I mean? And look, we have some good examples right here. These 2 cups is from the Nubian Experience. You know, one of my favorite brands. Yeah, God save the creative. Watch my jersey tonight. Friendly neighborhood Rasta man.
Friendly neighborhood Rasta man, boy.
You understand?
Well, my Rasta on my hand now, so I know if I can wear that.
Well, there's a Rasta in here. Right?
Yeah.
We had to find alternative ways of gifting, you know what I mean? Apple and them, oh God, is every year you give somebody Apple, iPhone and them kind of thing.
The thing about it is, it's sad that we had this conversation. You know, conversation in 2021 supposed to be much further along.
Yeah.
You know, that we still have to come and say support your own. Yeah. And then explain to some of our own people why we had to support your own.
Yeah.
And I like to ask them this. When last year was in the supermarket in your neighborhood, or even in Port of Spain, or wherever you live, and you see somebody who you know is from the wealthy class in Trinidad and Tobago,
shopping with you.
When last year was in a party, well, of course, we in party for a year and a half.
Yeah.
But when last year was in a party, a fete,
yeah,
and see them people and them too. There's certain things that don't even do it we. This conversation don't have to be have with them people. Because them just live it. And that's what we had to do. We had to live it. And it have the money for we to do it. And it had the money for them to stay making the money and we making the money. The problem is we making them rich. We don't have no problem making them wealthier and richer than they is already. But when it comes to us bringing that money to us, we have a problem with that.
Yeah. We find all the excuses.
All the excuses in the world.
Excuses. You know what I mean? And how much our ladies follow the what's called that boy? The survey when you get your fast food slip. You get burn fries, you ain't gonna follow that, but you're going back next week. You get burn chicken, you ain't going to complain, you're going back. Yes, it is beyond the bill.
I don't know.
And there's offer you all kind of free thing and thing, you know what I mean?
I really don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't deal with that again because I have a long list of customers and businesses I support.
Yeah, I have never been a big lover, despite my size might say something else to other people. I have never been a lover of fast food. I didn't grow up on it.
Yeah.
I grew up on mommy food every evening. Mommy, I love you. I grew up on mommy food in the evening after school and thing. I grew up on homemade bread, and it's still in me now. I mean, I know people who religiously buy these places and then maybe 5 or 6 days out of the week now.
Yeah.
Right? I grew up where fast food was a delicacy. And it's still so for me now. So that's why when you introduced me to them people and I went to the avenue slopes,
slopes.
I was blown away, boy.
Yeah.
You know? We had to do that, find these little places, talk about them. It's still no better advertising
than word of mouth.
Yeah.
It is the most effective form of advertising.
Because when you hear me say, God, that thing tastes real good, boy. See that there?
Yeah.
It's not no way we could do advertisement on TV.
Yeah.
And be that.
True.
The advertisement is to show you how nice the pictures look and tell you where to find them.
Yeah.
Right? So it's still, like when I tell, like, I use Gayelle, I tell all the kind of information it have in Gayelle. We need Gayelle.
It's a must.
And you know I can say that now because I come here and I see it.
For yourself. Talk about your grandfather, the footage.
Boy, Uncle Errol, boy, hey, Uncle Errol make me cry, boy. People who know me know that my grandfather, who named Tattoo on Kenya, is my hero. Right? Very soft-spoken, kind, warm gentleman by the name of Louis Lovelace, world-renowned artist. And Uncle Errol had a little small interview with this man here, boy. Come and normal and send this thing for me. Watch me now all here. I ain't stop watching it yet.
Mash up.
Mash up, you know. My daughter look grandpa always.
Yeah.
But mash up finer than chili baby, you know. And that here since the 90s, the late 80s, I think.
90s.
Early 90s.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Gayelle is a treasure trove. And when we're talking about supporting black business and saving things, there is one of the things that we had to work on. We cannot let Gayelle go anywhere from other than here.
Yeah.
We can't let the ownership of Gayelle be anything other than it is right now.
Yeah.
Under the direction of Uncle Errol Fabian and follow some of the vision that he have.
Yeah.
Because he shares some visions with us and that thing, nothing short of amazing, and amazing is not really a word I go use just so. You understand? It's not a word that's come up in my vocabulary.
Correct. But we need finance.
We need finance. So you see what it come right back again?
Yeah. And you know it's the most difficult thing for me to accept with us as a people too, Andre, Orisalase, is this. Let me sell it now. Anytime he sell it, you will hear back on that. But how you going to sell the thing?
Well, you wasn't.
But when we tell all you, come and advertise, all you're asking, but who does watch Gayelle?
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah.
Who does watch Gayelle?
Yeah.
Who watching Gayelle now? You understand? So this is what I'm saying. We can't wait until Jay-Z sell Tidal. Right? He sell off the majority of Tidal. What's the woman name with BT? She sell off BT. We vex, but were we supporting it?
Yeah.
Were we supporting it? You understand? And everybody will be like, all the business people will be like, nah, well, it's business and he make our money and thing. But if all of us had said, here, what's going on? I'm not subscribing to no Apple Music. I'm not subscribing to no Spotify. I'm not subscribing to whatever the name of the next one is. are subscribing to Tidal because Tidal is black owned, right? The difference is Jay-Z wouldn't have no reason to sell it. Yeah. You understand? Because now, I mean, it's not. I'm sure it was making money for him and whatever the case is, but the fact of the matter is, it was belonging to us, right? And he might think he still has some shareholdings in it and thing, but why?
What we have to work on getting across is the importance of ownership. I had a hashtag I used to use years ago, and I recently started back to use it. Ownership over inclusion, right? Because one of the things that I just say that a lot of, especially elder people, do agree with, man. I don't have a problem with that. It's that Martin Luther King was wrong about integration. It is proven via statistical surveys in America that African people in America were doing much better financially, being excluded from the
segregation
in the system,
right.
That segregation, right?
Segregation, yeah.
It was harsh, but when they see we come together, we was doing much better. Why? Because we was forced to do what we telling all to do here now, which is spend amongst ourselves and support ourselves, right? And I come up with that mindset a good few years now, ownership over inclusion, right? Because when they swallow we up inside of the system, all the little businesses and them gone, real estate went up, we get pushed out, the neighborhoods went down to zero, them come in, paint it over everything, the same thing, they ain't change nothing, and then they go back up and we can't come back in. And we at risk of them kind of things happening here in Trinidad and Tobago because we have people in Trinidad and Tobago with ridiculous money. And don't ever doubt the value of the community that running from Mova Junction to Port of Spain on either side of the Eastern Main Road. Right? Because Port of Spain is the financial capital of the Caribbean. And you live in 5 minutes away from the financial capital of the Caribbean. You know what power that is, boy?
Yep.
You know? So don't ever doubt the value of the land, especially if you are deed and things.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, don't ever doubt the value. Don't sell land.
Don't sell that.
Don't sell that at all.
Sell that.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's what we are to get into. We are to get into that, and all of that come back around to money, ownership. How we own things by we starting to spend money in we own and promoting we own more. I like an action on our social media site, not taking you more than 5 seconds. You pass your brethren business or your sister, your brother, your cousin, something business. They make a post. And you pass it straight. But the greatest one that my show, I say down, you do comment and share your friend business, but you're wishing Rick Ross a birthday. You're wishing Rick Ross happy birthday. You're invisible there and wishing him happy birthday, but something when you're visible and know.
Yeah.
You know, we have to keep all of that in mind. It's important. Right? What you going to do? If your child come home at 10 years old, 11 years old and tell you, Daddy or Mommy, I want to be a barber or a hairdresser. Because I could tell all in my experience, you know, right? I was told that don't have no money in it, right? But are we still going those routes? Are we still trying to force our children to only focus on X plus Y equals Z? Because that didn't make no sense. No sense at all to me.
Yeah.
Right? So we had to work on them thing, self-employment. I mean, self-fulfillment, the time you might have for yourself based on what you choose to do alone. I don't want my child to be having to wake up 5 o'clock every morning to go somewhere where she mightn't be. I want to expose her to things where she wants, she's 5 years old and she don't tell me what's she business.
Yeah.
So, we're taking a little break.
Yeah. Stick a pin right there. We're coming back to that point.
Right. Yeah?
Gayelle, you're nice. Sweet like sugar and spice. Queen Omega tell you this. I listen to voice. Don't call me local. Cause Gayelle international and global. You listen this. Don't call me no local artist. Cause we, you know, we run this reggae business. So don't call me local. Gayelle international and global. You listen this. Don't call me no local artist.
So
yes,
we back again, Ollie. He did say stick up in it. Wait, what did we just stick up in it?
We wanted to stick up in an ownership.
Yeah.
And legacy, right? Because it's something that we do understand very well, right? As somebody who benefit from it in terms of legacy, right? Your grandparents work hard for something, they pass it to your parents, and then your parents say, well, here what's going on. You big enough now. See about this, right? I want to encourage our people to focus some more on those things, because a lot of us would have been, not results, but been victims of that, right? Where your grandmother might have passed away and she didn't will nothing, and it's bacchanal because your aunt and your uncle and your mother and everybody fighting, right? And then the piece of land stay there and rotten. Well, the land don't rotten, but the house smashed down, it fall apart.
And you ain't get the benefit from it.
Nobody get the benefit from it, because the person who owned it originally didn't leave any written legal rules, right, of what should happen when they die. You understand? And black people have a thing, boy. We are afraid. You see, willing, last will and testament. When I was working Kikliko as an agent, and at Guardian Life as an agent, and I go and sit down and talk to people about life insurance and things, and the importance of life insurance. You know what they used to tell me when I reached the part about, so who your beneficiary? What do you mean? I not leaving no money for nobody. I say, well, why? Because when I go on, them had to fight up, I had to fight up. I say, but how we could have that conversation? And then further to that now, you say, well, all right, leave a will then. A will? Nah, as soon as you write a will, it is dead.
I hear that one already.
But everybody else doing it, right? Every other community is making sure that when they pass away, whoever it be, there is a structure to follow in terms of who gets what, how it transfers, and that kind of thing. Even if it's business, even if it's the equipment in your business, it don't matter. Your child may not be equipped to follow in your footsteps business-wise, but at least they could have a business where they could hire somebody and say, well, hey, we have a studio here like Gayelle, and we need somebody to come and work in your studio now. That is instant. You're creating wealth by employing somebody else.
And you're carrying on.
And you're carrying on a legacy. You understand what I'm saying? And I do think it's a topic we do focus on enough. And I have seen, we have enough examples of what not to do in this community, boy. We have enough examples of what not to do that we're supposed to be starting to do better from now. Because somebody that frustrates me the most about us is that we want to enjoy the building while we're building it. You know what I mean? And that is insane. You have to sacrifice, because that is what sacrifice is.
Maybe we have to look at the enjoyment as the building.
Well, you get fun in building the building.
Building the building, you know.
Because we're busy trying to catch up, eh?
Yeah, and I remember we was having that conversation. I think as African people, as a 42-year-old African man, one of the things I think we shouldn't do is try to catch up. It's kind of impossible. We 400 and something years behind. And we're not even running on a straight track, on a smooth track. We're not. There's one set of obstacles. It's either you jump over one obstacle and you feel good while in the air, time you land is a hole you're falling. That's just how the system's set up.
Correct.
A simple thing as going to the bank as a self-employed black man, like problems.
Yeah. And the credit unions.
Me not asking you that, I telling you that from my experience and from conversing with other self-employed African people.
Yeah.
You can't get a loan. You can have the best business idea, best business plan. It's problems.
You can't pay NIS.
You want me to? You can't pay NIS. Imagine that, boy. I running a business. I try to follow all the rules and register here, do this, open that. So the money, or let's see when the money passing. But I can't pay NIS because I self-employed. 2021. 50 how much years are
independence.
56 years. Imagine that, a 56-year-old nation. 56 and no baby again, you know.
No.
I just said them talking about, oh, we're a young nation, yeah. Oh, we're not the first nation. If we was the first nation at 56, we're young.
Yeah.
But it had 200 and something year old nations and 300 and something year old nations. And then you have nations who don't consider the emancipation from colonization, so them is thousands of years old. But in this day and age, in 2021, a 56-year-old nation telling a self-employed individual, no, you can contribute money that the fund need, and I need money.
No, but anyhow,
you know, so all these things now, we had to have these discussions. We have to have these discussions.
Yeah.
You know, we still not encouraging self-employment. We still forcing we children and them to go to school. And I had to say forcing because I fortunate to talk to youths, and some of them, the idea of traditional school do appeal to them at all. You know? Now it had the people who into the academics.
yeah,
So that it's not a worry about that.
yeah,
When I talk to some of them children, them traditional school, and the system behind traditional school does not appeal to them. What we think them is bad children and we just write them off? Nah, man. It's all kind of thing to do. The
my
world
lat, my part, MIC,
I don't know,
civilian conservation.
The world need tradesmen, you know, carpenters, plumbers. The world
Mechanics.
need mechanics, hairdressers. You know, somewhere I see that boy. Say, but even during wartime,
yeah,
a man might go a little while without getting a conventional trim and thing. But woman still needing it up, you know.
correct,
You understand what I'm saying?
correct.
You know, and
No, but there's laugh, right? And it was a big joke when the cotton notes were the trying to transmit chance.
yeah, that
And a Baba come in with $1 million, and everybody's like, you can make $1 million trimming.
but that is the mindset that not just a barber, Kerron. Anybody who is self-employed in what we call, because I like how you just keep balling, it's not a small business.
Yeah.
But anybody who is self-employed under what we call small business can't make that money. And I realize something, African people, black people. The reason why plenty of we just think small business, black owned can't make a certain kind of money, it's because we don't support it. We know we're not supporting it. You understand? We know we're not supporting it. And that's one of the reasons why we think certain businesses cannot make $1 million. Yeah. A barber is a very unconventional in terms of hours. A barber might usually work longer hours and more days than you work in your 8 to 4 for a strict salary.
Yeah.
Right? You don't know how popular the barber is. You don't know what type of service the barber does offer. You just write off that as...
Nah, that's small business.
Black people, that's a problem. African people in Trinidad and Tobago, that's a problem.
Yeah. Because you're stifling your children's ability to create income for themselves. You understand? And I speak that from a place of experience and people not believing in me. You understand? And people not believing in the fact that I could have walked away from a corporate job to do what I'm doing today and pay my bills, provide for my family, purchase anything that I want to purchase in terms of going to the bank and whatever the case is. Right? That plenty naysayers. And I am walking, living testimony to that it is possible. And I will encourage anybody, go and do your research. You understand what I'm saying? In anything that you're doing, there's a better way to do it. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. You understand? You're printing, go on YouTube, live on YouTube. You will see it have faster ways to do things, better techniques to do things. And you might be spending 2-3 hours on a thing and you're sweating because the heat press making you lose weight. But this time it have a shorter way for you to do it. You understand me? And I could use them examples because them things resident to me.
You know, and another thing too, boy. We really have a problem as our people sharing knowledge.
Not me.
You know?
I just give you knowledge like, whoa.
Of course, well, because we work and operate, we understand to a certain extent, you know. My experience doing this printing thing, I had a bad experience with the printer that I had. And I decided I wanted to do my own printing. Knows nothing about printing. And I remember going to a man that know me since I liquor. Not small enough, since I liquor. And started to ask questions, but I had already started to go up on YouTube, search the internet and read up on different that. And this man who know me since I liquor, even though I am telling him he's a printer, I don't want to be known as a printer. I am the CEO of the Nubian Experience, an Afrocentric clothing line. I don't want to be known as a printer. I am not a printer. But I wanted to do my own printing.
Right.
No, man, watch me and tell me, you're trying to take all my work away. Big hardback black man, boy, who know me his whole life. And I just explained to you, I want to find out about certain equipment, if you know anywhere in Trinidad I can get, to do my own printing. For my line. I don't want to print for outside nothing. That was a valuable lesson to me. Right? Because that now helped me to realize keeping that information and doing nothing. You know how much people I get information about printing since I doing my own printing?
You lose anything?
I mean, lose nothing. You know, all them things, we young people, we have to talk to them. You know, we can't just write them off. It is hard and frustrating sometimes. I know. But we can't do that because I sure to the people who is we age when we was that age, they probably feel the same way about we too.
Very much so.
You know, but some people didn't give up on us.
No.
You know, they might not do the things we wanted them to do for us when we look back in hindsight now. But
they probably couldn't.
Yeah, they didn't give up on us. You know, I know my mother didn't give up on me.
Mine neither. Mine neither. Yeah. My mother, my aunt, my father.
My father, you know.
Yeah, big up all yourself. Good night. We live and all they watching.
All that. My son, you know, all they didn't give up. My grandfather, I remember, I mean, I watched the video and thing, and I remember young African people, before they are around all their grandparents, appreciate them, converse with them, because them conversations will help you later down in life.
Correct. Milk them.
Yeah.
Squeeze them.
Because the experience that them have, them telling you a story might save you from falling in a hole down the road. Because you remember, wait, now this scenario song and just like, you know, because sometimes I play back, I mean, it had times I be like, oh God, my grandpa, hush now, boy. Because when my grandfather start, he could go on for hours.
90 minutes.
Yeah, 90 minutes. All right, but today, plenty of them conversations is lessons.
True.
You know.
And I catch myself using a set of old people sayings and thing now, boy. Think why I hear my mother and them sticking in my head.
Yeah.
And it makes sense now. Because you reach a point of enlightenment, you know, and you start seeing the
You come into the exact age that them was when them was telling it, and you realize as you walk in, it fit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, cool, yeah, boy. Mommy didn't know what she was saying, boy. Yeah. I reached to that too. And so that was thing, catch up with your grandparents, and we have to link up with them more. Because, you know, we might have this same conversation here with your grandparents, and they might be able to say, you know, when I was younger, that didn't mean nothing to me, but I see how important it is today. That validation from our grandparent.
Well, I did not know. I was not fortunate to know my grandparents. So last weekend, I was able to go and clean up the grave and what it says, All Souls, All Saints, whichever one it is, and pay tribute to them. You know, I went with my son, my eldest boy, because he's big and he's strong now, right? 20. And yeah, it was a very interesting experience because it was 3 generations away there, right? Paying tribute to the ancestors and that kind of thing. And I mean, it's something that it felt away, you know. For the 3 days that followed, I felt as though my grandparents was with me everywhere that I went, You know, and everything that I did, they was there with me and whatever. And I'm still feeling like they're there. You know, as much as I don't know them, I never was able to meet them and that kind of thing, you know. But I was fortunate to know my wife, grandmother.
Right.
And I used to sit down and talk to Granny. You know, sometimes, as you rightfully say, when they start.
Yeah.
It's like, oh God, boy. But the lessons, boy, you know, she tell you some stories, and I listen to this woman and I saying how she's working at a bakery, boy, and build 2 houses.
And mine. How it changed.
How much sharing back? I can't even remember how much sharing she mine. But remember them days is $5 and $10 and thing.
To show you how much it changed the speed of life and the cost of living.
True.
Yeah, so I tell them it's 5 hours. And I remember my father alone working.
True.
You know, and we didn't have everything. We didn't have luxurious things, but we was always eating. I had all my school books. And thing. I didn't have a brand name sneakers, but I had shoes on my foot.
Yeah.
You understand? But we can't say, most people can't say that today.
True.
Tell your wife, you stay home and see what the trend, if you want to. Because we women, we're not saying to you, you have to stay home and see what the trend. But if you choose to,
fix up.
But most of us can't really do that today.
No.
Based on the cost of living, rent alone.
We didn't talk about mortgage.
You understand? To get a mortgage. I listened to a conversation there recently about somebody who have the ability and the finances to pay and still
can't get it.
Problems. So let me go back to the fast food establishment. Somebody working and them, so them will never own a home then.
Nope.
Now can you imagine, right? That same person decide, let me leave here and go and do my own thing, and we supporting them, boy. And they able to buy or build a home off of that, boy. That's what we had to do.
Yeah.
That's what we had to do. We had to get back into that. We have to
get
back into that.
We ain't thinking that.
You should not leave your home. I mean, unless it's where you want to call a special occasion and you feel for it, but on a regular, it's Saturday, you shouldn't have to go outside of your community for your spoil day, your cheat day.
Your cheat day.
You understand? You shouldn't have to go outside of your community. All communities have people selling food. All.
Yeah. And we living in Barataria. Barataria is amazing. And it is amazing. Because when I sit down and I look at the amount of food places it have between 10th Avenue, and we ain't even reaching Jogi Road. We're using 3rd Avenue. The amount of food places I see, so that's by the print tree there, on the corner of 3rd and 7th Street. Doing some nice little nuggets and fries and sauce and, I mean.
Telling you, now I say, I know for sure all the communities we in.
Yeah.
And that place we could start food. We could start patronizing these places more. And I always want to make it clear. I don't say patronize our business and you ain't getting your value. Eh?
Nah. You know we don't support that.
I'm not
mediocrity.
in no way saying that. I'm saying we had to do that. I know it's hot, my boy. Hot, man. We just say it here, it's hot, man. You'll be saying this to people and they tell you all kind of thing, and people so bold-faced, eh? You never support me. You never like nothing I post about my business. You never share nothing I post about my business. Nobody never come and say,
X, Y, and Z
send me to A. And if I only talk about that kind of business, but you start a business and you sending me to tell me, share my thing, please.
Irony.
Well, it's serious.
Yeah, irony.
But I will still share it. You know why? Because I understand the importance of it.
Yeah. And that's one of the things. Like, it's just like an umbrella here. There's never know the importance of it until you really need it. You understand? So when we did telling all, they go get fed up away, you know. Because people just keep calling me and messaging me, boy, I like what you're doing, boy, keep it up, ting. But sometimes I just be like, for what? You know, why?
Yeah.
You know, and it is disheartening sometimes and it is very discouraging because when you're trying to have a conversation with somebody and you're trying to uplift them and you're trying to show them why it makes sense to do this, and they're still not understanding and they're making excuses as to why we should go.
Not understanding, I might be able to deal with that, you know.
Yeah.
You see the excuses, because I think I around this, if you want to call it black consciousness, whatever, long enough to recognize when people just saying, they just making an excuse. So try to make it sound like they don't understand, but I really understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I've met a few of those, right? Because they want to continue the bubble that they're in. And if they agree with what we're saying, they think it will burst their bubble, change their lives. Like, I real plenty of we. The only reason we're not against the system is because we wanted to continue how it is and not bother we.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty African people. Not that they don't understand what we're saying here on the Afro-Trini view,
Yeah.
Not that what we're saying here on the Afro-Trini view don't make sense,
Yeah.
But the way that they live, the lifestyle that they have, they think that if they support what we're doing, that will be in danger.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to do
It will
that.
create discomfort.
But Akon had a line in a song that I wouldn't feel like I'm doing well until all more people doing well. And the more I'm around this, the more I feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that some of our elders, we spoke about this on our previous program, I realized that some of our elders were so into this thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they didn't make money, and that's why they did what we just call purpose. It's not going to be my how I finish.
Mm-hmm.
But I overstand a great deal. You're so thing with that, yeah, now I want to live good. And I want to also be able to help more people by more than just the talk.
Mm-hmm. While on your journey.
Yeah, on this journey, I want that the come to man and this thing, boy, this youth man, anything. And I would say, send him, I want to meet him.
Mm-hmm.
And when I talk to them one thing and I realize, yeah, I could call your mother and say, well, I want to set up a scholarship, $10,000, thing. I want to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But we mindset how to change as a people, boy.
And I am sure if you if you really want to do the work, you will do it, Because I could tell you in every aspect of business, if you search it on Facebook, you'll find it, A black-owned business who doing it.
Yeah.
Skincare, beauty, cosmetics, soap, rentals. I see this man, what's his name? Clean It Yourself. Christmas coming up, all they place power wash and thing. All right, you could hire the little youth man from around, he will get a power washer. Same situation. Or you rent a power washer from Sadis. You understand? And you get your stuff done. But we don't want to do the work to find and seek out the businesses.
You go take them from the angle. I would take them from the angle. On top of not wanting to do the work, it have a thing we have in mind that if we were in Figure Hill, we better than the man who were in Africa and his jersey.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And if we were in, a man riding a donkey, that better than God Save the Creative. Right? Because it costs a certain thing.
Yeah.
So that means it's better than that. So if people see a big cleaning company come to clean my yard, then and a lot of us are caught in that. And that's why I say one of the things we have to absolutely work on is your mindset. Because breads, they used to brand their names on our bodies using fire and iron. Today we paying them to wear their names branded on our bodies. How are we so caught up in that? I give thanks, because they will say, because you selling clothes, you're talking that. I say, yo, long before I started this clothing line, I stopped that. Because it just kind of clicked in, man. The clothing line came a long time after I stopped that. I mean, and I had pictures over the years to prove that.
Yeah.
But a lot of our people still caught up in that. And that's the example I could use for clothes, but also for the place you might go and eat. I went down by the runner's place. Spent $500 in the runner's place. All right, okay. Die food, die proper food cooking for 2 weeks. It depends on where you're cooking, All right. What I say? But that is the mentality that plenty of us still have.
Yeah.
And we have to fight it. We have to change that. So, let me take another break now.
Yeah.
and come back here. We might have a little guest when we come back. I don't know if the guest brave enough to put the chair here and come and sit down, But the things that I just get a kind of way out there because who know? I mean, my mind run on walking through Brooklyn and a man see me. No more long time, but he haven't been in Trinidad since I doing the clothing line. And you know he tell me, he say, boy, I know you're serious now, I said, just what you mean? He said, because if you come quite New York and you're wearing and dressing the same way as when you're in home, well, I know you ain't playing no games. And it's sad that people might think you're playing a game because you're dealing with something African. Yeah, I don't know if that's how other people, East Indian people who selling East Indian clothing and them kind of thing, I don't know if that's how the own people just look at them, but...
I doubt.
Yeah,
I doubt.
How we interact with each other, how we promote each other is a big part in we going forward as business. Because look, you have one, God Save the Creative, and you have a few Rasta clients.
Yeah.
When them see you trimming in that jersey, a few of them.
When I see the man drop it out ball and all.
A few of them
yeah.
going and they want to get that.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is.
And the man making good clothes, the thing comfortable with the pants is God Save the Creative too. You understand? All your
that mindset that because it making Trinidad and Tobago it ain't good.
Yeah. Not because it didn't have a Nike tick on it or it didn't have a FUBU thing on it or this or that. It's clothes, function over form. You understand? Function over form. So yeah, we taking a break?
Yeah, I feel so.
Alright, we take a break and come back.
Gayelle, you're nice, sweet like sugar and spice. Queen Omega tell you this, I listen to voice. Don't call me local, 'cause Gayelle international and global. You listen this, don't call me no local artist, 'cause we run this reggae business. So don't call me local, Gayelle international and global. You listen this, don't call me no local artist. You know we run it. Gayelle, listen. You disrespect Gayelle station. Gayelle, you know you got the plan. You take away the people of frustration with the good vibes. You bring sweet media, you bring good music, you bring good fun, and you Gayelle do it. Queen Omega, yes, you have to prove it. Yes, Gayelle, you can never lose it. Don't call me local, Gayelle, international and global. You listen this. Don't call me no local artist. I'm an ambassador in this reggae business. Don't call me local, Gayelle, international and global. You listen this. Don't call me Gayelle. You run the place in a building. I say that every time. Representing. Number one.
Don't look out at me from behind your blinds. Come on out and see what I am made of. I know you're pretty, and I can feel high, and I can do something with you. Neighbor, 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 think I love you. Neighbor, 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 think I love you.
Just right.
Aye, aye, aye.
Just right. Thanks for having me, gentlemen.
Well, he decided to come on only. He decided to come on.
Decided
I was invited, so
Right.
I have to refuse you, gentlemen.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, it only fitted, you was the first guest on we first show here, and on we
So
first
the
live
first
show.
live had to be
It's
here.
blind guest too.
You have to be here. You have to be here.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we
like only take over guy today. Only has one from 6 to 7 and now 7 to 8.
Oh gosh.
Only have a next one a next one coming after 8 to 9 too.
Nah, we don't
Ah,
know.
it's a clash tonight.
Uncle, I want to throw you in the frying pan one time, boy.
Throw me.
The amount of years you're wrong, I mean, you send the video from my grandfather, and I see you looking younger than we.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, that's a long time, right?
Long time.
And you know what we about on the Afro-Chin review, you know, the promotion of supporting self and kind of thing, right? In your years in this business here, you think that's sustainable?
What is?
African people supporting African people.
Absolutely. Listen, in the world, right, the African spend is a significant spend.
Right.
It's not a small spend. It's why Nike does go after it. It's why Hilfiger, it's why everybody's go after the African spend. So many things are designed to collect the
Specifically.
African person's money.
Right.
It designed as a deposit for African people to go and deposit the money there, you know, and that's all well and good. I'm not vexed with them for that, you know.
No.
They see a way, they master it, they go after the market, they target you, and they come and get it. And it is the undiscerning African person who just fall prey and go straight into it and go and keep depositing the money.
Right.
Because it's a sort of a self-contempt that who I am as an African and the products that are produced by Africans don't position me in society where I want to be positioned. So I have to take something created elsewhere to position me I want to be positioned. But when you're positioned there, you're not really wanted there.
No.
It's just your money that is wanted.
Facts.
And from early o'clock in my life, I've never wanted to be where I am not wanted.
Oh, sure.
From early o'clock. It's why I share the story of my addiction with people who try to hire me. As I come out of the rehab center, courts, I let them know in front as a recovering addict. Because I don't want the day to come that your fighter come and say, but you never tell me.
Yes.
You know, 'cause I need to know if your policy is that you don't want that, cool.
Yeah.
That's your policy, I'm not vexed with you.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be where I'm not wanted.
Right.
But it's not that we're not wanted. Yeah, we're not wanted, but our polymer is wanted.
Polymer.
We take any polymer.
Yes.
You stay so, send the polymer. It's like, I don't mean to get political, but it's like me has become depressed, real depressed these days, you know, that I can't go to the safe zones where I'm not wanted to go and give them my money. You know, has been so hurt, you know, that I can't go
Oh my God.
give them this money because they don't want me.
Yeah.
They just want my money.
Money. So when you dropping the tune? You have a
Partner,
tune to boss?
I
You boss
bust
it?
a tune and gone crazy.
You
boss
Yes.
it?
No problems.
Oh, cool, the thing
No
gone
problem.
crazy, boy. Tens of thousands. I never, you know, it's a fun tune, thing, you know. It's just fun, a little kicks as a comedian sometimes. You know, just a little fun. But yeah, I hear what you're saying, but it is sustainable.
Yes.
If you look at the number of African people, if you just look at Trinidad, and you go to the wider Caribbean is even more insane. And they have spending power, they're working, and they're spending.
Correct.
But we have to be very careful and prudent where we put our money. If where we put in our money is in something that doesn't support me and my community, then why am I supporting it? It's like buying foreign.
Yeah.
Right now, we need to build our economic empire in the Caribbean.
Right.
Yes.
But we study trying to buy everything from outside of the Caribbean.
All right.
You know, but if we do that, it will be to our own peril.
Right.
And similarly, on a smaller scale here, there are companies, and they've shown themselves during the pandemic.
Yes.
They don't care about the small man.
Yes.
And in 90% of the cases, that's an African man.
Yes.
But we running grip to go and spend with polymer there.
Yes.
And we have to get out of that.
Yes.
To have nobody selling fried chicken, because fried chicken better than home by me.
No.
Yeah.
I love chicken, But I know nobody frying fish could fry fish better than me.
The way we just season up and
Yeah, to have nobody selling that, but we running grip to go and give them, and they do not care about us.
I tell Kerron that twice Chinese gave me a heartbreak at Tabanka. First was the reaction after Black Panther. And then when they talk all that talk with the chicken place and they going back and thing after the lockdown. And
Long queues.
I say right and I walk on the road. And I see traffic,
Long queues.
And it's when I reach by the traffic, I couldn't believe that the traffic was for to go by the same chicken place that all of them post up and say, no, look at doing this.
But you see, they understand us better than we understand ourselves.
Agreed.
And we do not understand ourselves because we do not know who we are. And we do not know our history. And this is incumbent on you too to use this platform to further the teaching.
Oh my goodness.
Self-awareness.
Oh, let's see why we had to bring him on, even though we bring him for 2 minutes. Let's see why he had to come. Because there's a wealth of information and a wealth of knowledge.
And one of the reasons I like to converse with people like yourself is that your articulation would be, like for me, there are some people that tell me, I too rough.
Yeah.
I just bring it too straight now. One of the things I tell people is that there's no nice way to tell somebody 90% of the things they believe in not true.
Right, I hear you.
How am I?
That's a sweet way to say that.
Yeah. And you look at that sweet phrase that we tell you, it's easier to catch flies with honey
than with vinegar.
All right?
It is true.
But
But same time, the job calls for vinegar.
That's all?
You can't clean pot with
But
honey, you know, you need vinegar.
But my thing is, I wouldn't go and try to catch a fly with vinegar.
But here
If
what?
I trying to catch a fly, I would go with honey in the first place.
Thank you.
You understand?
Yeah.
It's just the reality now. So sometimes we have, even when we come here and we sit down to converse with you, it has so many things that we're like, yo, that's what I'm trying to say 10 years now.
Yeah.
It has something I'm trying to say a whole minute now.
What is that?
We out of time, you know.
Oh God. Folks.
So it was, it was.
Uncle Errol,
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Full respect.
Right?
That's
Goodness. My brother,
We out.
first live episode done. Only be safe out there. Look out for one another. Love in the house.
Love.